Hey guys, it's Bear from the Bears Hiking and Outdoorsman Club right here in Klingerstown, Pennsylvania. Coming at you from a little in tent review here of the S'mores Fronti, or the S'mores Frontiers tent, rather. This is TC cotton, not canvas, but TC cotton. You guys can see it has a stove jack. You got to cut it yourself. It has this nice screen here, and you can zip this up around here when you're not using your stove jack, which is removable from the outside. Now I'm currently camping here, or campground here. You guys can see the window vents. There's two on each side, front and back. I have my solar panel behind me, so you can't really see it. My scrap wood right here, and it's about 50 degrees out. Not super cold yet, but it's kind of chilly. I am camping on the ground here on the cot, basically inside the inner tent here, and basically I was kind of hungry, so I'm about to have a can of soup. Can't do that without cooking, obviously, but this is the inner tent here. You guys can see it attaches to the toggles. Did a review a few weeks ago on this tent. It has the vents up here. You guys can see there's 3 vents. Help with condensation in summertime. And in wintertime, it has a place up here you can attach your lantern to. But this is how the inner tent is. And it has all these toggles you guys can see, and it keeps it pretty far off the side of the tent here. And it does have a bathtub floor. 3 zippers here, and they kind of glow in the dark, just like all the guy lines do. I'll show you. It has pretty nice. You'll see a mesh. And this is my setup right now. I just have, a little fold-out cot and my fan. That's pretty much it. In the reverse here, there is a screen window, that's screened on the outer tent too. It has a little storm flap, so you can leave that open during the rain. This is about how much room you guys get. There's a hook on the inner tent to hang your hammock. Hang your hammock. Yeah, don't listen to me, guys. To hang your lantern, not your hammock. That would be kind of tight. And there is 3 pockets on each side, front and sides, all the way around. There's some pockets, depending on which one you have. It does have a pretty nice size bathtub floor, about 5 inches tall. Keep the creepy crawlies out in the summertime, keep you dry. But this, guys, is the Greenstove Defender hot tent wood stove. Now this is 304 stainless steel, guys, so it's not going to rust. It's just like your standard tent stove. All the pipes nest in each other. It does come with 10 of them, and I don't ever seem to use that one for some reason. It just seems too tall. But the pipes do come apart real easy. This stove is pretty unusual, if you can see. It does come in this bag. I'll show you the bag here. Comes in a nice bag. This is Greenstove on it. Pretty nice padded bag. Should last pretty long. Nice heavy duty and waterproof. Now getting back to this here stove here. Trying not to touch this thing. It does come with a poker. You guys can see it's hollow, so it keeps your hands nice and cool while you're rearranging your thing or opening the door here. Now a lot of people complain this comes with like a little dog tag, but you're not supposed to actually hang it on the chain. You're supposed to put the dog tag on here like this, so you can lift this up. Now you can open this thing full out. This is the only dampener. There's no flue pipe. You could add one, but what I find best works here is using this, like that little teeny tiny bit there. You guys can see. If you leave it to about there, you're golden. It's really, really warm. I mean, granted it's only 50 degrees right now, but if you leave this open a little crack, it'll be about 85 degrees in here. I mean, if you tap this wide open, you can open it up wide open, this thing will turn bright red, and I highly suggest you don't do that. Like I said, this stove really cranks out the heat. You can burn through quite a few logs. No sweat, excuse me. It does have a nice viewing glass, and it'll get sooty once in a while, so you gotta scrape that off. You guys can see inside the firebox here, which is pretty nice. Keep an eye on you, how much wood you got going on in here. This has 4 legs. The 4 legs are all machined. And they're real nice. The door on this wood stove swings open just like a normal wood stove. And there is no gasket on here, but you don't need it because of the overlap, so don't let that scare you. No, there's not a whole lot of reviews on the Greenstove Defender. I noticed on YouTube nowadays. I think we did one back in last December through February. We were using this. Now this stove will heat a 10 by 12 tent, no sweat. So heating a little one-man hot tent, has no problem. But you guys got to be real careful because this thing throws the heat. Now, my poker here, my other poker here. Guys, I'm going to show you this unusual stove here. Look at this thing. It's pretty cool looking. Now, it's going to discolor from you cooking on it and touching it because it is stainless steel. 304 stainless steel, holds fingerprints. So you got to be careful with that. But now, the interesting thing about this thing is, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 of these louvers on here. You guys can see them here. Pretty nifty, right? And on the bottom of these, 4 in the front. The 4 in the front are hollow on both sides. Okay? And it basically sucks cold air from the ground into the firebox here and aids with burning your wood. And then there's a big steel plate here that goes straight back to the 4th one and stops. So the fire is getting fed by all this air here, all the oxygen's coming in through here. And it goes up through and helps burn, and then it goes around like that and starts to come through the fireplace here. But the back 4 throw heat, so a lot of heat will come up out of the back. So you guys got to be really careful when you're trying to maneuver around this thing because it is kind of awkward. You guys can see the stovepipe isn't up against the tent, which is good for a tent like this, where the back of the stove doesn't have a whole lot of clearance between that and the top of the tent here. See, like, that's perfect. It like works pretty good when you have a smaller tent. But cooking on it is kind of challenging. You got to be careful. You don't want to burn yourself. But you guys can see it is pretty nice. I do highly recommend using one of these fireproof mats here, kind of like fiberglass. And I got the Solar Wilder one. I think these were like $9 on Amazon. And they have this glow-in-the-dark strip here you guys can see. Now, I'm going to take you outside here and show you. Now, I'm 6'1", so you can't stand up in this here tent. I'll take you outside here, show you what the tent looks like at night. You guys can see the windows on the side. They're pretty nice. This has an unusual shape. I have a lantern out here hanging on the thing here. There's a secondary pole. Gives you like this little overhang here. Maybe a 10-inch overhang. It's an unusual looking tent. I got to be careful because I don't want to step on top of the guidelines here because there is 3 on each side that go out about, I'd say, 4 foot. Oh, I have solar lights, solar rock lights actually, lighting up my guidelines on the back of the tent here. You guys can see what it looks like at night. And there's this flap right here. This is the rain flap on the back of the side of the tent. And there is like these little gussets here, so air can go underneath it, but the rain won't blow in. And so there's 3 on each side. There's actually 3 on the back side here holding this open. You guys can see what it looks like though at night. It's pretty cool looking. There is another window right here on this side here. I don't know if you guys can see in there or not. I usually leave them open even in the wintertime. This is that nice overhang. But like I said, I'm 6'1". This tent is only 5 foot tall. And it has a second pole out here and 2 guy lines to hold this nice and tight. Now this thing, this tent here, you guys can see the ropes do glow in the dark if you have like a headlamp on. This is how my setup is. Usually keep a table there. You guys can see it now. Turn the light back on here for you. This is what it looks like at night. Here's a gusset in the back here, next to the window in the back. And it has two guy lines on each side and a guy line on the back of the tent that pulls out this nice little flap here. Now there's a little bit of an overhang, which is nice. When snow comes down this, it keeps it away from the tent. There is a snow skirt on the bottom of the tent. It's about 5 inches. You can see this is how it's set up. There's vents on every side. And here's how the stove jack is. You do have to cut your own stove jack. Now I had a bigger stove in here, so I had it cut open pretty wide. And it does have this nice thing on the outside here and zippers when you roll this up. If you're not using your stove jack, you can zipper this all the way down to here and then Velcros, which is pretty nice. Now mine's a little scorched here because last season, February, we had some snowfall and we also had a lightning storm at the same time. Pretty crazy. And my stovepipe got hit by lightning. So you guys can see the green stove comes with a lot of pipe and they all get larger as they go up. And it has a nice nice cap. It's closed at the top with like sparks. Do not come out of the top of the spark arrestor. It's really nice. And that's about like 12 feet right now. And I didn't use the one section of pipe because I don't believe I need it. I put it up too high. It's already high. I definitely recommend guying this out if it's high winds. You guys expect to see some wind. Now here is these flaps at the top, the vents, and they are screened. But this whole thing is not canvas. It's basically TC cotton. It's like technical cotton, or there's some kind of name for it, but it's very, very waterproof. I've never had any problems with it. Now you will get stains once in a while, like I'm camping under trees and mulberry trees, and you're gonna get some stains from the mulberries. But you guys can see the guy lines here, very nice. Don't mind my beer bottles there. I did a little bit of day drinking today, well, yesterday rather, and this is what I do. I zippy tie. I always carry one of these Dollar Tree lanterns here. You guys can see how nice these are. Nice steel, no plastic on this one. You just can roll these back like so. You can roll them both back or stake them out. The S'mores Fronti also has nice YKK zipper pulls, and the zippers work real easy. They don't snag. They're like really nice. No problem like zipping and close. You know, zipping it up. Whatnot. What we got here? Got a little earwig hanging out. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. You guys can see my view. I'm under some trees. Also testing out the Eno ProFly rain tarp over a war bonnet hammock right now. My little tripod that I made. You guys can see my breath. So it is kind of chilly, but not too bad. And go back in here. Show you how nice this is. Oh. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now this thing doesn't fold up. The legs are attached, so the legs are about 4 inches. And they fold inwards. Nothing really comes apart except for the pipe. And the pipe all fits inside the stove after you flip the 3 grates upside down. It comes with 3 removable grates. And it has handles on the front and the back. You guys are going to try to move it. I highly suggest not moving it while it's cooking, because you know you're going to burn yourself unless you bring yourself some gloves. But yeah, other than that, the stove works out really well. It's easy to cook on, easy to maintain. It doesn't rust. It's like over-engineered. You guys can see all the rivets. I mean, this thing is built really nice. It weighs about 24 pounds though, so you're not going to be packing this in anywhere. You guys can see what it says on here. Greenstove And it's like laser etched on the top of this. It says Defender. You can actually see it. Kind of can see it. Those are the vents. How neat is that? This doesn't have any removable top. This isn't like a winter well stove. But real high quality. They're currently $345 right now for the stainless steel one, the 304 stainless steel one on Amazon. And they do have a titanium version, but I believe that's a little out of my price range, and stainless steel works. The pipe size on this stove is 2.34, and they go up to 2.35 as it gets higher. And they are single-walled stainless steel pipes. And what else can I tell you about it? The bell on the pipes. I'll grab this pipe that's back here and I'll show you what I mean. The pipe that I'm not using here. Now this, you guys can see, they get wider depending on which side of the pipe there is. And I like this stove because the wide part faces down, so the creosote doesn't drip in between the pipes. Just drips straight down if you're using like softwood. But pretty nice. Pretty nice. You guys can see it is. You will get some creosote in here if you're burning lighter wood and not hardwoods. But other than that, the Greenstove works really well. We used it last year for, oh my God, it's from December to March, and in February we had like -6 temps, and we were using this to heat a 10 by 12 Kodiak wall tent, and this thing does great. I mean, it goes through wood. I mean, if you don't have a lot of wood, I would suggest keeping this damp down as low as you can, because this thing burns through wood like crazy. The way this thing is designed with the air vents sucking in the fresh air and pushing it through here like this, it's very, very efficient. It's not hard to keep lit. You can see I barely have any air going into it, and this thing is roaring. But yeah, the tent and the stove, I'll definitely like it. Definitely would recommend it to anybody who's looking for a small hot tent. Now the S'mores Fronti, Fronti, or Frontiers tent is basically what it's supposed to be. I guess like a little remake of a Frontiers tent. No, yeah, I recommend it. I don't know what else to say. Sorry if my review is a little boring. I've been up since 4 o'clock yesterday morning. We were hiking on the Appalachian Trail, and we came home here. You know, give it a break a little bit, but I'm addicted to camping, so basically camping all the time. So come back to us in 3 weeks. We're going to be doing a review on a new bell tent we're getting in here, and that one is actually made of Oxford cloth. And they're going to send us that for free, so we check it out, because they like us a little bit. I think they think we're interesting, or like making fun of us, one or the other. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we guys check us out. We're on Google. We're obviously here on YouTube. The Bears Hiking at Weebly.com is our website, and we are currently in Clingerstown, Pennsylvania, just about to open up a member-only campground, and it's going to be primitive camping. No water or electric hookups. Just basically good views and tents. That's pretty much it. We don't need all that other crap at all the other campgrounds. We want to keep it pretty primitive, you know. But 4-season camping here, that's what we're planning on doing here. But yeah, hit me up in the comments. You guys got any questions? Want to make fun of me? Make fun of my reviews? I mean, go for it. That's fine. Like and subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to. We're not really into you know, doing this for followers, so hopefully it helps you out. Got any questions? Like I said, hit us up. All right, peace.